What's nasty, everybody? Oh, we are gonna get down and dirty and talk about some garbage today because honestly, well, I'm technically a day late. Yesterday was recycling day, and I wish I already got rid of all this garbage because if it's not just me, maybe it's also you. The full moon, the full blue super moon energy that just passed was giving cleansing. I've just been trying to cleanse my space. So I am ready to get rid of some empties. And if you are also ready to get rid of some empties, we're going to go through my bag of trash and talk. No, we're not going to talk nasty. We're not trashy. We're classy. We, as in me and you, my C's. Hello, everybody, for joining in on this live. If you're watching as we are streaming, if you are tuning in afterwards, well, don't worry. We'll make sure to do lots of these. We tend to do a live once a month, and I feel like it's been a while, so I'm really excited to chat with you. We're gonna go through once again my bag of garbage, but I want to know who is here with me. So please do drop in the chat and stay tuned because I have good news to share with you. But the first, I need to ask you, how you doing? Oh my god, I'm just taking a look at myself in the screen here, and you can definitely tell a difference between the two sides of my head. I was filming before this, and I did two different routines on each side, and I was worried about looking lopsided. And then I thought that the curls looked pretty similar, but you can tell one side is much more voluminous and the other side is a little more conditioned, a little more weighed down, unfortunately. But I digress. If you see me profusely fluffing and scrunching, then just mind your business and understand that it's because I do what I have to do in order to. I'm an equality kind of girl. Like if I hold 5 pounds of my garbage in this hand, I need to hold 5 pounds of my garbage in this hand. So I actually do have two bags. That being said, my question for you is red pill or blue pill? Red bag or blue bag? Black bag. You're not colorblind. I'm not trying to gaslight you. It is, in fact, black. What do you choose? Red or black? Red or black? What are we starting with? That was, in fact, a trick question because in the black bag are all of my hair care empties, and in the red bag are my makeup, skincare, body care empties. So, and not sponsored, not sponsored by any of these. If you do want to stay tuned for these empties, maybe we'll share what's in the red bag at the end if I don't yap for too long. But we're gonna try to get through all of the empties in this video. I also want to preface that these empties are not from the last month. They're not from the last 2 months. They're from longer than this past quarter. I don't know if I can't relate to a lot of these other beauty girlies, okay? Because I see them do a monthly empties and they have finished so many beauty products. I think one, I don't know, maybe they're just more dedicated. I try a lot of different things. So for me to get through a hair care empty, it means a lot. It says a ton on how good it is or really how desperate I was to finish it. More on that. But yeah, it takes me a long time to get through an empty. I am very sparing with my products. If you know me, you know if I drop something, I am scraping that product up off the floor and putting it in my heart. Because yeah, we don't waste products around here. I'm not as heavy-handed as some of these other influencers. So these are my last quarter's empties. A lot of these I've been using all throughout the summer. I digress. We are going to start getting into it. I think it'd just be fun for me to just like close my eyes and pick out of the hat, like just like that, little cat in the hat vibe. Shall we? Shall we begin? Oh, I also wanted to just say, I forgot what I was going to say, but we are going to take a sip of my coffee and then maybe I'll remember. And I want to take a look at the chat. If I am missing, wow, everyone wanted the red bag, but we'll get to the red bag a little bit later. If I miss any of your comments, questions, concerns, conundrums in the chat right now, because I am focused on my empties, stay tuned and I'll get to some of your questions at the end. Let's begin. Okay. I'm nervous here. Why am I nervous? Can you hear me? Is that disrupted? Okay. Let's get in and let's pull out. Okay. You know what's so funny? I pull out my first product is from the brand AG Care, which used to be AG Hair, but now they are expanding. Anyways, I digress. This tote bag is actually AG. So very kind of freaky. It's a bit of a Freaky Friday vibe, even though it's a definitely Thursday. But what are you using for your base makeup? Oh my god, that's the first question I see. We'll get there. We'll get there. As I said, my first piece of garbage. Let's should we start with the negative since we're talking trash? This piece of bottle took me forever to go through. It lasted me so long. I kept trying to use it on everybody so I could finally bring it out in an empties video because I use this a lot. I actually use this quite a bit. What is it? This is the AG Curl Trigger Defining Spray. If you know, you are already familiar. This is actually a salt spray. That's what's giving the defining. We did a whole breakdown on salts and why salts can make your hair, well, besides feeling a little drier, can actually help enhance your curl. And it's because they can create this reaction between the bonds as they draw moisture out to the surface of your hair. They can help make your curls shrink up. Even if you have the straightest of strands, you can get a little bit of texture and body and a wave of volume in your hair when using a salt spray because of one, that gritty hold, but also the salt. So that being said, when you want curl enhancing, when I want my curls to be extra bouncing, this is the spray that I use. Not only is it a curl defining spray, but it's actually a refresh spray. I think that's the main, well, defines curls and refreshes curls. So it's a multi-purpose product. I love this. I will probably have to pick up another one because I've been out of it. I don't have any in my collection. This would be a repurchase. Has anyone else tried this? Or are you also a fan of salt sprays, or are you scared of salt sprays because you find that they tend to make your hair more dry? Where are you at with the salt spray? Where have you been at this summer? Have you been traveling? I've traveled twice, and yes, I was dipping my head into the ocean and living my bestest life. Does it make your hair feel dry? Salt, it's what it does. It'll draw moisture out, so it can make the hair feel more dry. But if you have a very, very hydrated, more of an oily textured of hair, then that salt is what's going to give you hold and texture. So not everyone struggles with dryness. If you're struggling with oiliness, that's when you want a salt spray. And just while we're on the topic of beaches, I went to Cuba for the first time in my life this summer. And I'm really going to try not to be dramatic when I say it was a spiritual experience. Like being in that ocean, I have never been in clearer seas. The beach was breathtaking. Like I spent so much time in the water that I actually got a tan, a real tan, someone that's scared of the sun. So that says a lot. That says a lot about the ocean. It says a lot about my love for sprays that are salty. Again, this was a big winner. This was a big winner. So I love salt sprays, but I only apply to wet hair. Dry hair is a bit much. Yeah, if your hair's already dry, I wouldn't recommend using a salt spray. So while this can be used to refresh, if you did want to wake up the curls with this, I would be careful with it. I would also first apply hair oil on your ends if your hair is dry. So again, Salt sprays are certainly not for everyone. And if dryness is already your concern, then this is not going to be specifically targeted to you. You know what I mean? But for those that it works for, she works. She works, and now she's off the job. She's thrown in the towel, in the garbage. In the garbage. Shall we scoop around, dig a... There's actually a lot more than I expected. At first, I was collecting my empties. I was like, do I even have enough for a video? But at this pace, if I don't get to it, we're gonna be here all week. So thank you for joining me. Let's scoop in here. Let's go for a shampoo. This is not just any shampoo. This is the Aveda Nutriplenish deep moisture, because they have a light moisture and a deep moisture. This is the Aveda Nutriplenish Deep Moisture Shampoo. And this is not just a shampoo. It's what I would call the perfect co-wash. Not a co-wash, but the perfect moisturizing shampoo that is just so conditioning. It could be enough. It could literally be enough all on its own. That could scare the heck out of you. That is definitely not for everybody. But on the days when your hair is really dry, I would use this after the pool. So actually exactly how I finished this was because I've been using it a lot after swimming. When I've been in the pool, in the ocean, especially the pool, if there's been chlorine in my hair, I'm always clarifying. You're not going to see me leaving chlorine in these strands, okay? So I always clarify, and so the chlorine and clarifying leaves my hair so ridiculously dry. Before just going in with a straight conditioner, I do like going in with a moisture shampoo for the second cleanse. And this is the one. This is like, it's just so rich and delicious. And it also has lasted me a very long time as well. So it's a very potent shampoo. A little bit went a long way. Smells amazing. If you've used the Aveda Nutriplenish line, it's a chef's kiss. It's a chef's kiss every time. I do like the deep moisture more than the light moisture. If you're asking, oh, okay, well, there's two. If you wanted to invest, which that said, if you're interested in any of the products I'm talking about, or you want to learn more about them, all of the links to them are in the description box below. So you can find them all listed and linked so you can further explore. But yeah, this bad boy is my preferred shampoo. One of the best moisturizing shampoos that I love to use. And also, I even have a mini that I take on vacation with me because it's that good. It's that good. Okay. Let's see. Do we have a question on that before I move on? Still haven't tried Aveda. Someday. Yeah, once you start, I'm warning you now, it's hard to go back. It is really hard to go back. Okay. Let's dig in and get something nasty. This is nasty of me. I am so sorry because the rave I'm about to go on to talk about a product that you can't even get. Disrespectful. But I am so sorry, and I'll give you an alternative. I am so sorry. What was that? Unfortunately, this bad boy right here, while she is beloved, she is empty. I probably did get 100 applications out of her. This is a salon use only, professional use only, which I have access to because, as you may know, I am a licensed stylist. So I had picked this bad boy up from Cosmoprof, which is a professional hair brand distributor here. I don't even know how long ago, but I use this whenever my hair is super, super dry, after color. I use it on everyone's hair that's coming in here. If I'm doing hair, which I do for a very, very select few, when I'm doing hair, especially color, if anyone's hair is dry, they're getting the Olaplex 4-in-1 moisture mask. It is Olaplex in general has been killing it. This is only the first of a few in the empties bag. I will warn you, and I will prepare you that I have been preparing myself to get a professional in salon treatment myself. So, if you haven't heard, Olaplex, they actually just launched a new in salon curl treatment that's supposed to be revolutionary and really revive damaged curls to restore curl patterns. So it would only be an in salon treatment. You know, if you called up the salon, said I need a color, it's like an add on service. You could add it onto your haircut. I haven't learned too much about it yet, but I have an appointment on Tuesday upcoming to get just a treatment done. And I cannot wait to pick their brains. And then if I really love it, pick it up myself at the hair store to use, because it looks game changing. And whenever I'm reviewing a product, I really try to not review other people's reviews because I want to be able to form my own opinions. So just from what I've seen Matt Love's hair use it, and his hair looked literally amazing. Maybe because he had Christine use it on him. If you know, you know. So anyways, I digress. Big Olaplex review coming up next, as well as we'll talk about some of their curl products that they have coming out. Not just in salon, but they also have a curl gel, which I haven't tried. But because you cannot get your hands on the 4-in-1 moisture mask, number one, you can get this in salon. You can ask for it as an add-on. Not sure how much that is. And I also truly, from the bottom of my heart, will be honest with you when I say no treatment is going to be a one-off, be-all, end-all, fix-all. Everything you do when it comes to hair damage especially is going to take multiple uses. So if you were to get this treatment done in salon, you're going to notice right off the bat your hair feels incredibly soft, incredibly amazing. But if you don't maintain that, if you're not upkeeping it at home, you're going to have issues. So what can you do? Instead of the Olaplex 4-in-1, they have the Olaplex number 8 moisture mask, which is the equivalent of the in-salon treatment. I don't find it to be exactly the same. I do think that the in-salon is definitely a little more potent, which would make sense, right? But it is definitely a really good alternative. Amanda also really, really loves it. If you know my sister, she also has very coarse hair and very damaged hair. And the number 8 moisture mask, intensive moisture mask, the number 8, she really, really, really likes that. And that would be the alternative to the 4-in-1. But I have been using this for a long time, and I already bought my next bottle. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Phenomenal stuff. If you have access to a pro store, if you were like buddy with your hairstylist and they'll get you goodies at the good price, then worth every penny. The Olaplex moisture mask, it is so incredible. So incredible. The chat is moving fast, and I don't know what I see, but I have my sisters in the chat answering questions. So we love her for that. Thank you so much. Since I am, again, very focused on my trash, let's pull out. Okay, it's sticking out. It's sticking out like a sore thumb. I might as well just pull out the next product that is also, it is available to the public, but it really is a professional product. And I'm going to tell you why you may not need it. Okay. This is the, if you know, you know, Olaplex Undo Goo 9 shampoo. That's as in pH, as in the alkalinity of the product is at a 9. Our hair naturally lives at a 4.5 to 5.5. And anytime you're putting something higher than that on top of your hair, it causes a swelling reaction. Your strands will swell. This happens when you're applying color to your hair. With this shampoo, it does that so it can get in your strands and strip. Really, really cleanse. So this is a product I started using as a professional, and I started sharing it on here because of my deep, profound love for her. It is available, was available on Amazon. I'm not sure how available it still is, not at this size. This was, again, professional product. I use this before a professional color service or treatment when I need that canvas to be clean, when you need a proper stripping, which the regular person at home does not need. You do not need that very regularly. There's very few people that would still benefit from this, and I will tell you who would benefit from a high pH shampoo, okay? Only if you are this person. If your hair is extremely low porosity, and maybe not naturally, maybe it's low porosity because of how much buildup is on your hair, it just blocks out all water. Okay, if your hair is resistant to water, it's water repellent, nothing gets in, it feels and looks perpetually dry even when it's literally right underwater. Your hair just doesn't absorb any water. That's a very, very, very either built up situation or a very low porosity hair type that will benefit from using this, because it will help your strands swell a little bit and really remove all that buildup that you have and allow your conditioner to actually penetrate with, if you're that person, then you should definitely steam your hair, put on a hair steamer, heat your mask in your head while you are processing for the maximum benefits. But unless you're that unicorn of a person, this is not for everybody. It's not necessary. Unless, again, you do tend to struggle with buildup and you want something to keep on hand to use maybe once a month, or maybe once quarterly. Like, maybe it's nice to just have one bottle on hand. But going forward, I did used to recommend this a lot, and I will continue to use it. I love it for before my salon treatments. Unless you're that person, I would either recommend the Olaplex 4C. Has become my favorite clarifying shampoo, and it is my favorite clarifying shampoo over. I'm gonna go next, and this time I'm digging in and I'm picking it out. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, and it's not because I don't have anything against you. I love you. I love you more than I should. I use you far too much, but I'm not going to abuse you. And I'm also not going to sit here and take your shit. Or I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be so honest with you when I say that the K18 Peptide Prep Detox Shampoo, it's not it for me. K18, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I love you. I just retook your pro certification because they sent me some products and they sent a new QR code. So I've just done the test. I've done the quiz. I'm very well versed in all the K18 products. I understand the magic. I don't believe it. Seeing is believing. My biggest issue with this K18 Peptide Prep shampoo is I have to use so much. It's not a little bit goes a long way. It's not very concentrated. It does have, it's quite liquidy. And if we are going to compare it to the Olaplex 4C, which I can actually say is my fave, that is very thick. It's hydrated. Such a little bit goes a long way. It foams up beautifully. You can leave it on for 5 minutes to really let it pull out all of the minerals, all of the metals, the buildup, everything that's in your hair, and then rinse it off and feel like your hair is also not dry, because they also have a little bit of conditioning agents in it. So I've seen some people say the Olaplex 4C is not a true clarifying shampoo because it's not a no residue shampoo. If you want a no residue clarifying shampoo, then you have to go for the Color Wow Color Security shampoo. That one. Also top, especially for colored hair. But we're not talking about those right now. We're talking about the K18 Peptide Prep. And That's my issue. My issue is I have to use too much of it, and it's it's too expensive for that. You know what I mean? Like K18's not cheap. Um, with the mask, a little bit certainly goes a long way, or more is not more with that product. You don't want to apply too much. You don't need it. But with this, I feel like I need to really use a lot of the product. Is that just me, or what do you think? Is that just me? I don't know. I will say I do like that it has salicylic acid, so it's also, exfoliating for the scalp. It's great for oily scalp. Like there's definitely benefits to it. I just didn't love it. Did I use up the whole thing? Absolutely. I mean, absolutely I did. I mostly used it when I was washing out highlights. And like I've used it here and there for myself, but it's not my go-to. It's not my go-to. It just wasn't my go-to. It's not bad. It just wasn't, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Waste not, want not. Yeah. Yeah. So what can you do? What can you do besides get back into the garbage bag? Let's see if we could come out with a more positive product that's also not a pro product. Wow, do I have bougie taste? Yes. Yes. I was bred this way. I was bred in salons. I grew up in using the salon treatments. So for me to like a drugstore product, it takes a lot and it says a lot. But that being said, there's some affordabilities in here. Let me see if I can feels for ones. And here we got one. Now, it kind of drugstore, it depends where you are. If you know, you know. This is the Eva NYC Main Magic 10-in-1 primer. Empty. She's a baddie. She's empty. It's a near perfect product for what I want to use it for. Why are you see? You got great taste. I already see. I love that primer. It's a primer. It's not a leave-in conditioner. It's not a leave-in conditioner. It's not conditioning. It's simply it. Well, let me tell you. I could tell you the 10 things that it does. It's a 10-in-1. What I love it for is it does help to just give your hair a little extra shine. It's giving me heat protection. It's helping protect from the dryness of the sun. It is nourishing in the way that it'll help replenish the lipids that may be missing from your hair. They've recently, I think about 2 years ago now, they reformulated it. So it used to have silicones in it. Now it's silicone free. And I've tested the side by side of the old formulas, and then this was the new formula, and it continued to work amazing. The only thing, the issue that I had with this product was one, it's not easy to get in Canada, but two, this packaging. We love Eva NYC for trying to be a little bit kinder to the environment, but this aluminum packaging, it had a few issues. It was a bit messy with the spray. There was a lot of leaking, and it ultimately led me to wanting to finish this bottle even quicker, because now the new bottles are no longer like this. Guys, the good news is they fixed the problem. Now they're in a post-recycled plastic bottle. So the aluminum wasn't working. The sprayer, whatever was happening, wasn't quite working. It was making a huge, huge mess. But now it does not. It does not leak as much. So the newer bottles has fixed that problem. And this is great if you need something super lightweight. They actually also have one for fine hair in the pink bottle. So the 10-in-1 primer for fine hair. It's just going to give your hair a little extra slip, detangling, tame some frizz, prevent, excess moisture from humidity from getting in there. And because there's actually no water in this formula, it's basically just an oil spray, not straight oil. Like there's other ingredients in here, but it's essentially an oily spray, and it doesn't wet the hair. So I actually like using this to refresh as well. Or on a day where I'm going outside, I will reapply this over the canopy of my hair just to give a little extra UV protection, protect from the dryness of the sun, give it a little extra shine. It's not marketed that way, but I do use it as a 2-in-1, both a primer and a refresh spray. So I do really, really like this. She's a beauty. She's a beauty. If you know, you know. Yeah, the leaking was a big problem. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We are making strides. We are feeling light. Let's see what's next in the garbage bag. I don't know. What should I do? I don't know. Okay. I'm just gonna first things first, you the realist. Let's talk about, it's another Olaplex product. Shocker. Let's talk about the number 9. I think there's a lot of confusion between number 6, number 9, 69. What is the differences? Just wait for number 5. What? Who? I don't know. I didn't just say that. Number 9 was a serum. Now, number 9, I say was because, again, she has finished, and I have a new bottle on deck. This is one that I will continue to use. What's really magical about this is versus the number 6, which is like a cream, this is truly a more hydrating serum. It's completely clear. It's hydrating. I would apply it before a cream. I would actually apply it. Okay, let's imagine that we're using these 2 in a routine. Let's imagine we're using these 3 in a routine. We'll cut it here. Even though the Eva NYC is a primer, because it's essentially like an oil spray, if I wanted to hydrate my hair further, I would first go in with the Olaplex number 9. So it's a more of a water base. You would want to put your water base before your cream bases, very similar to skincare. Sunscreen is skincare. If you have a skincare routine and you don't use sunscreen, then your skincare routine is incomplete. As I was saying, watery first, hydration. That's what this gives, while also giving antioxidant protection. What are antioxidants? Well, what are oxidants? Oxidizers are damaging for the hair. Oxidizers include pollution, the sun oxidizes your hair, heat can, like, these are oxidizers on the hair. And antioxidants, which we know are very good for us, not just for our hair, but inside of us. This is why we drink our green tea, our matcha. Okay, very rich in antioxidants. We need antioxidants in and out. On the outside, they work amazing for colored hair. Remember how I said color, similar to this 9 shampoo, increases the pH of your hair. If you're using permanent color, if you're using high lift color, which is what I use, I saw a couple people asking about my color. I've posted quite a few videos now. You're gonna have to go back on the channel in the shorts and in my color playlist. But I use a high lift color that lightens my hair. In order to lighten my hair, either with color or bleach, the color's oxidizing, and that oxidizing is not particularly healthy for the hair. Applying an antioxidant will help to neutralize that, and it also helps to protect from future damage. I always reach for this right after my color, after I've done my treatments, my masks, when I'm styling. I absolutely love the Olaplex number 9. It's anti-static, frizz control, has bounce back memory. Yes, it has great style memory. So it's great before a blowout. And it's really lightweight. It's not a cream, right? Sometimes if you struggle with creams because your hair is really, really fine, then this is spectacular. Like, you're getting all the benefits. It also gives you heat protection up to 450 degrees. I want to say, if I am correct, I believe so. Silicone free. vegan, color safe. She's that girl. She is really, but it's not. It's not my favorite. I have a new favorite Olaplex product. God, they are really killing it right now. But I can't talk about the one that I've thankfully been able to try before it launched. It's coming out in just a couple days, so you'll hear what I mean. But besides that, this is definitely up there. This is up there in the best of the best category for Olaplex. I feel like now that and I was saying I would apply this first in a routine. Then I would follow up with the Eva NYC, and that's going to give me, again, that oily, slick kind of, which is not oily, but it's not hydrating. So now it's going to help to lock all of that in. And this will protect you from the dryness that you might get from a salt spray. You see how that order works? You see what I mean? Let me take a peek here. It's so wild just how much this color and cut has completely transformed your appearance and vibe compared to the, who's this? Plower? I don't know how to say your handle. We don't talk about long dark hair, Mel. Obviously, I was going through it, and I just want to say that no one checked in on me. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I try to come out here every single week. Sometimes we miss a week. Sometimes we miss a week. Sometimes we're a little busy, we miss a week. But we try to really post on this channel once a week for over 6 years to help you with your hairs. And nobody saw that it was a cry for help. The dark phase, I was going through something. Yeah, dark hair was not for me. This, with my fake tan, I'm an autumn. I'm truly just an autumn color season gal. And when I had dark hair, I became kind of a winter, but my skin wasn't popping. Who was she? She was struggling. I'm so an autumn. I know, I always knew that. I knew green was totally my color. You know what I mean? Anyways, we're a lot happier now. We are absolutely thriving, killing it. And we have to thank the color for that. You see that my roots are growing in and they need I do need a root touch up, but see how the grow out is still pretty seamless. Yeah, we love it. Yeah. I'm a 10. With a tan, I'm a 10. Amanda knows it. That's what I say. Anyways, enough about me. Let's get back to my garbage, shall we? Let me just finish this Olaplex train while we're on the topic, and then we don't have to talk about Olaplex anymore. Maybe you're sick of it. Let me know in the comment section if you are sick of hearing me talk about Olaplex, even though I've been talking about Olaplex since the inception of this channel. I have been using Olaplex since 2016, okay? And they've been around since 2014. So I literally feel like we've grown up together. I've used a lot of their products together. Speaking of together, nothing goes hand in hand like number 4 and number 5. When I finish a shampoo and conditioner at the same time, my little heart grows 3 sizes. You know what I mean? Because that actually does not happen for me. And this is what's really uncommon. This is where I'm just not like the other curls, Most people, and this is where I need you to vote, okay? Most people find that they finish their conditioner way before shampoo. Especially, curly hair, it's dry, like conditioner. People go crazy for their conditioner. Crazy. Relax. It's crazy. Most people finish conditioner and then they're left with half a bottle of shampoo. Is that you? Let me know if that's you. It's not me. It's not me, and I'm not judging. It's just, this is my routine. I am always double cleansing. I literally don't feel clean with just one shampoo. And now I'm realizing how crazy I sound, because at the beginning of this live stream, I did say that, I'm very sparing with my products, and I don't use a lot. It takes me a lot to get through a product. When it comes to a shampoo, I'm going to use it. I'm going to double use it, and I'm not going to abuse it. I love shampoo. Sometimes I shampoo 3 times. And maybe that's my little life hack, because the secret, oh shit. Oh, I'm about to tell a secret. Oh my God. I wasn't intending to even go this far, but I'm going to let you in. If you really want to know, if you really, really want to know the secret to hair growth, the tea, it's coffee today, is actually just cleansing your scalp. It's just a clean scalp. You need to shampoo your damn scalp. And so when I got a scalp analysis earlier this year, and I was told that I had the best scalp that they had seen all day. This was at the end of the day, after they had seen lots of people before me that also work in hair care. Boom! What is that? How do I get there? How do I get those types of praises? Sometimes it means that I shampoo 3 times, but because a clean scalp is always my priority, and it should be yours too, which is why you should really think about your double shampoo and cleansing twice. It's why I typically do finish my shampoo at the same time as my conditioner, or even before my conditioner, because after double cleansing, sometimes I'm like, okay, let's just go in with a mask. Let's just deep condition. So then I don't even use conditioner as much. But I shampooed 3 times when I washed 2. That's because Amanda, I was about to be rude to her. I was gonna say, because you don't know how to wash your hair properly. No, but because Amanda's hair is really thick. If you have really thick hair, it's probably hard for you to wash it properly, like to actually reach every inch of your scalp. So I wish, you know what I wish? That this shampoo came in, or it wouldn't work in the shampoo because the formula is far too thick. But I love when a shampoo comes with a nozzle that you can get right to the scalp. God, why can't every shampoo come out like that? It's the best of the best. I digress. I really digress. I have girl boss too close to the sun. I don't even know what I was really talking about anymore. Finishing shampoo at the same time as conditioner. Yeah. Again, just focusing on shampoo has led me to really finishing shampoo more than conditioner. You always shampoo twice. I love that. Everyone that's saying they shampoo multiple times, anyone that's wondering, God, why? What have I been doing wrong? Because you do only shampoo once. Think of the first shampoo as like vacuuming. Okay. If you want to clean your floors, you got to first vacuum or sweep to get off the debris. But then in order to actually wash it away, you got to mop, So the second shampoo is the mop. And then I guess the third shampoo would be the polish. Like if you really wanted to like re-wax the floor, like if you're going extreme, you only do 3 shampoos if you notice that your shampoo wasn't shampooing, And this could happen if you're, wow, we are we are really diverting here. But if you're noticing that your shampoo is not foaming well, that could just be because your hair is super, super dirty. And or it could be because of your water. So let me tell a quick little story, because we have a friend that just moved. She moved from like the suburbs where we live to the city. And typically cities have softer water because they just have a different water system compared to like a rural area. Rural. That sounded like an unreal word. Is that a real word? A farmland, out in the bush type of space where they may use well water, perhaps. Those areas tend to have much, much harder water, a lot more minerals in the water. But anyway, she messaged us in distress and said, ever since moving, my hair has been a lot oilier. And she's asking what she can do. She's like, do I need a water filter? Like something's going on in the water. And I'm not even quite sure if it's the hard water, but hard water would prevent your shampoo from shampooing and really sudsing up really well. Soft water, on the other hand, can make it harder to rinse your products. Soft water might feel like, after you're rinsing your conditioner, it's still in there like 5 minutes later, and you're thinking, why is my hair so soft still? Like soft water can almost make your hair feel too soft, especially if you're used to hard water. It can make it harder to rinse your stuff out, and so that can make your hair heavier and more greasy. So focus on rinsing. But back to, yeah, the hard water can prevent your shampoo from shampooing. And just while we're on this topic, what I also told my friend is, while she's been moving, she also has her wedding in a month, less than a month. All the stress of moving and the wedding are also probably causing her sebaceous glands to be working in overdrive. So that's probably also why her hair is becoming so greasy. Stress will absolutely do that to you. So that was just another little tangent that I went on in terms of shampoo. In regards to the number 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo from Olaplex that I just loved finishing. Oh, I have an issue. Let's talk some trash. I typically keep these bottles upside down because they are quite thick. And I don't know if it was just these bottles, but it would leak and it would get messy. And then I would notice a little bit of shampoo. Maybe that's how I finish these products so fast. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, something about the bottles, maybe it's just my caps, they were leaking. Besides that, this is not going to be for everybody. You definitely, Olaplex is a strengthening treatment. It's not a protein treatment. It's not necessarily for moisture. They can be moisturizing, but they are bond building treatments. They help to restore breakages in the hair, weak points in the bonds of your hair, helps to rebuild them to reinforce the strength. So unless your hair is damaged, I know I've been ranting about these now, raving about them. Unless your hair is damaged, though, you really don't need these types of shampoos and conditioners. Especially if you have finer hair, I do find that this is a richer line, the number 4 and number 5. So they don't work for everybody. If you have really, really fine hair, easily weighed down, I would not recommend this shampoo and conditioner for you specifically. But if you do need something a little more cleansing, but you are really concerned about breakage and damage, and you do like Olaplex, that's when I love the Olaplex 4C. So that is still in my shower. In a perfect wash day routine, and I've done this majority of the summer, honestly, especially once I finished this bad boy, I do the Olaplex 4C clarifying shampoo, and then I follow with the Olaplex 4 maintenance shampoo, which is more moisturizing, and then condition. But these are so good. And versus the K18, a little bit goes a super, super long way for this. You're learning too much and you love it. God, it's too much. There's so much to learn. I have so much to share. How long have we been on here? I don't even, almost an hour of yapping. God, and I still have more in the bag. Let's move on. I just didn't really touch on the conditioner, which, yeah, my issue with this conditioner is I always have to keep the bottle upside down because it's so thick. It is so rich. It is one of my absolute favorites. And I love the smell of Olaplex products. They have like this orange, it's like a fresh orange citrus something or other smell, and it is divine. She's divine. I love her. Yeah, I really just don't really have anything bad to say about her. Besides, she's not going to be for everybody. If you are struggling with damage, though, I love them. And yeah, like considering they go such a long way, they're so concentrated. Olaplex is so worth the money and so reasonably priced. I think these bottles go for, depends where you are, of course. They're like $36. So I think they maybe in Canada they're 41. That's amazing. These last so much longer than many other shampoos and conditioners because of how concentrated they are, how little you need. They're 250 mils, but really, 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 really concentrated. So they're 30 US dollars. Wow. That's a steal. Please, if you can, even if you can get them on sale, yeah, Olaplex is going to do it for me. Did you hear me? I said every time. Thank you so much. That was really dramatic. You know what's weird about live streams? There's no funky music in the background. I'm missing Amanda's edits. She always makes me look good. Now you're getting me raw, and I just feel so vulnerable, so naked. Are we having fun? Are you enjoying this? Again, I'm seeing a lot of questions that we'll get to very soon. There's just a few. Let's try to rapid fire these bad boys. I already know what it is. Actually, yeah. I had to triple check if this was the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo or if it was the Living Proof Dry Volume and Texture Spray, because both of those have been in my empties. But no, I have I'm still on my bottle of the texture spray, which is my favorite for a couple of reasons. The smell is really definitely one of those reasons. And the smell here does it for me as well. But smell aside, okay, because not everyone cares about fragrance, or, you know, if you're sensitive to fragrance, well, then maybe this really just isn't for you. But the Perfect Hair Day Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo is different from the other one. So they actually have two dry shampoos. There's one in a darker gray bottle, which is, I guess, regular clean. It's not advanced clean. It's not advanced, okay? This one is super, super lightweight. The problem with these empties is I can't quite show you how they work because there's nothing left. But this doesn't leave a residue or a buildup on the hair, or it specifically doesn't make the hair have that gray white cast, especially if you have dark hair, which now, you know, I'm in my blonde era again. But if you have dark hair, sometimes you may notice that if you use dry shampoo because you have an oily scalp, you're trying to get some extra volume in your hair. Sometimes they make your hair look really powdery and like a white cast. This doesn't leave that. So that's one of the reasons why I really, really love this. And I use this in multiple ways. Like I can actually apply this to clean hair. If you struggle with really oily hair, oily scalp, then try applying your dry shampoo to clean hair because it will help prevent that, you know, your problems from surfacing later. But always try to also avoid the scalp. You know, when I'm using a dry shampoo, which I don't use often, but when I do, and when I finish them, it's because I use them primarily on the hair and not specifically directly on my scalp. Okay. And that's what's going to help keep the scalp clean. Dry shampoo is not a solution to oily hair. It just helps to push your wash days 1 or 2 days further. But if you've got to wash your hair, you've got to wash your hair. And if you've got to wash it twice, if you got to wash it thrice, then you got to do so, you know? But this is definitely one of my favorite go-to dry shampoos. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Next, we're reaching the end. We have I almost had a brain fart. I was about to say Olaplex because we've already picked out so many. We have the Aveda Nutriplenish Leave-In Conditioner. This, if you know, you know. This was great, especially because it gives that UV protection from the dryness effects of the sun, that heat protection. And while I have finished this, I am not necessarily running to replace it because in my heart of hearts, in my own personal routine, The new Aveda Be Curly Advanced Primer, the Curl Perfecting Primer, has taken me another level. It's just like this, but with peptides that really help to nourish your curls to help get the bounce and the curl defining that you want. Because curly hair, when it's moisturized and it's soft, well, when it's moisturized, it will be soft, but that softness can also maybe make the hair lose its shape a little bit. If you want longevity, you want curl memory, you want bounce, you need a little protein. And protein is built from peptides and amino acids. These are the building blocks of proteins. And the Curl Perfecting Primer, as part of the Aveda Be Curly Advanced Collection, I did a whole breakdown of, by the way, that has peptides that my hair, my fine hair that is color treated and bleached, absolutely eats. Okay, so I love this. It's fantastic, but I definitely reach for the Curl Perfecting Primer now that this is done. Yeah. This I would recommend if maybe you switch your styles more, like if you are going to be heat styling as well. I use this a lot with my mom when I would be doing her blow dries. She loves this product as well. But if you're going to wear your hair more curly, I love the Be Curly Advanced line. It's so good. So that's for me. That's what do we have left in here? Oh, I have two more products left. So let me just pull them both out of the bag and then we'll get through them here. We have this viral bad boy. Does everyone remember this when this won? Which award was? I think it was the Allure product of the year. It also, I think it was on the Naturally Curly Best of 2020. Was it 2021 or 2022 maybe list of products? That's what initially made me buy this, and ever since I have slowly but surely worked through this bottle. Like, it's actually lasted me a very long time because I wasn't necessarily that religious with my oil applications. And the whole point of this product, which I should probably say the name, it's the Mielle, not 100% sure on the name. It's the meal food again. Am I hungry? Rosemary mint scalp and hair strengthening oil. So this bad boy it went extremely viral because rosemary oil had its moment, right? Everyone was applying rosemary oil because some studies had shown that it can almost be as invigorating on the scalp and promote new hair growth almost just as much as minoxidil, which would be a topical drug that you would apply on the scalp to encourage new hairs to grow. So this was like a natural alternative, and everyone was getting into oiling, especially like through quarantining. This got really, really big. And I did really like it. I also liked it on the ends. So I finished this just a couple days ago. Actually, I had done a full scalp and ends oil treatment before my wash. And I liked it. I did really like it. I like that it's a pre-mixed oil. So it's got everything I need. But there also are like a lot of oils in here. And when there's so many different things, you have to maybe wonder, like, are you getting the true benefits of certain things? That didn't come out right how I wanted it. But what I mean is, sometimes there can be so many things that they're all really diluted and then they all become basically meaningless. So if you wanted to make your own rosemary oil, you totally could. And I probably would moving forward. I would probably just make a little concoction of my own, like a half a jojoba oil, half castor oil with a few drops of rosemary essential oil, breaking it down. You got to put the essential oil in a carrier oil. And I would use that if I really, really wanted to focus on an oiling scalp care routine. But I did like this. I am also lazy. Believe it or not. I know I seem a bit like a maximalist, but I'm also pretty low maintenance with my hair routine. So, if I did plan on being more regular, and maybe if I did use this more regularly, I could say I have grown a whole new head of hairs, but unfortunately, I can't. My hair is very healthy and my scalp looks great. I'm definitely not thinning, but can I say that I am growing new strands? Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. Kenneth, what is good, everybody? What is good? Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I hope you're good. I hope you're all doing good listening to me chat trash, talking about my garbage, which, by the way, I did not come up with that. I saw one of my internet friends. If you're not following Dana Patterson, aka Dana Isabella, she's one of my favorite creators. She's incredible. I met her in person finally at the Fancy Hair launch party, and it was a dream. She's like just a great creator if you want to follow for all things beauty. She was a model, so she's absolutely stunning. She's worked in the industry a long time, and she's also a hair science believer. So if you are a fan of science-based actual factual hair care, love her. And she was doing an empties video, and she started it with like a let's talk trash. And I said, God, that's dead. So mad I didn't think of that. And so now I just have to give her credit. Dana, if you're seeing this, you're a queen, you're an icon. Go follow Dana Isabella. I have one more product that, God, I didn't mean for this to be the last one. And we're ending on a bit of a sour note because I can't lie. I told you I can't lie to you. This pissed me off. This is the Verb Curl Defining Mask. And I can't believe I finished it. I can't believe I finished it so fast because I started using it in May and now it's August. Don't ask me to do math to calculate how many months that is. But I look at this tub and I'm like, there's so much product. Like, this is such a big tub. I'm like, how did I finish that? And then I just realized this. I looked at the amount, and I wish I noticed this earlier, but I looked at the amount of product in here, and there's 192 milliliters, which is less than another mask that I have. I don't have anything to compare, but another mask that I have that is literally in a much smaller container, but it has more. It has 200 mils of product. So I'm perplexed. I'm confused. Is this a trick of the eye? Is this to make you feel like you have more product than you do? I don't know. I don't like the packaging. That's what it made me angry. I feel like, is there a false bottom? I think there is, but I digress. This was Verb. They just launched this, I think, in May, and I did like it. It was interesting. It's not like your typical mask. It's more of an oily mask. So they call it curl defining because it does have their sunflower complex where it uses all parts of the sunflower to help invigorate and enhance your curls. Yeah, the sunflower curl complex. It's got cold pressed jojoba and castor oil. There's a lot of oils in here. It definitely leaves your hair super shiny afterwards, but it's more of an oily mask as opposed to a hydrating mask. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind. Before I colored my hair blonde, because I've gone slowly blonder and blonder, I liked it a little bit better. Whereas now I have been using this mask in conjunction with other masks. I'll use this to seal because I find I need something more hydrating underneath. That's just been my personal experience. Did I still use it? I absolutely did, because I like to try to finish my products so that they're just not sitting there and staring at me, and so that they don't go to waste. Like, I don't want a product to go bad. If I can't use it, I'll give it away. I still used it, and I liked it. It was very different. It was just really not your typical mask. But I don't know if I would buy this again. Now that I've finished it, I think I need it to be in different packaging, because that honestly kind of pissed me off. Is that just me? Packaging's a big thing for me. Like, especially if I feel like it's wasteful. Like, I just feel, or I'm trying to be deceived. I just wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with that. I have to be so completely honest. And now that I have gone through all of my garbage, we're over the hour mark. Like, how much can I continue talking? Listen, I do have a lot more to say, but I think I'd rather just check in with you after all of this yapping and see what questions you had in here. Because I see Kenneth is saying really sweet things. Thank you so much, Kenneth, for the super chats. You're saying goofy and you like my entertainment, I think is what you're saying, which is, I'm glad I could be here to entertain you. To anyone that has been maybe upset with me, because I'll be honest, we've been in a little bit of our inconsistency era. And I hate to admit that, but listen, when we first started this channel 6 years ago, our very first video, we said, we're going to put out new videos each and every Tuesday, which became Thursday. And we have done that up until this year. There's been a couple weeks that we've flopped. We have fallen off because we're super busy. Like, we are super busy. We're not just sleeping. But we unfortunately, like, sometimes it's too hard to put out a video. And now next week, Amanda is leaving me. So I'll see if I might do another live stream. Do you want another live stream next week? If I'm not able to edit a video myself, because Lord knows I probably can't do that, let me know. Let me know. Maybe we can do a live stream, real-time styling, updated. That could be fun. But yeah, that's where we're at. If you have been, I was saying, if you've been upset with me because we've been super busy, we're just trying to do our best and also have a hot curl summer. I hope you've been having a hot curl summer. I can't believe that August is finished. I'm so excited that I now get to throw out these empties. And once again, I thank you for everything, for sticking with me and watching this video. I want to get through some couple questions before I hop off and maybe plan my next week's live stream, probably. But I also want to mention, like we said, there's a lot of products that we try and we obviously can't finish everything, or there's a lot of products we get sent and we get sent doubles of. So I am sitting in a room of hair products and we do monthly giveaways. And I recently just did a cleanse with the full moon, and I was like, wow, we have a lot to give away. So I'm going to do 3 giveaways this month, like we also did last month and the month before. And in order to enter our giveaways, all you have to do is sign up on our website, mainsbymell.com. Sign up for our weekly newsletter. You get an email once a week just to keep you posted on what you've missed. And once a month, we randomly draw and select 3 winners. So 3 winners for a package of hair goodies to hopefully set you up for a new routine. So if you haven't already signed up for our monthly giveaways or weekly newsletters, just head over to our website, mainsbymell.com. Lots of product info on there as well. And again, all the products that I talked about in this video are going to be linked in the description box below, unless they are professional use only. But I will be sure to keep you posted on professional uses and salon treatments. Well, after I get my little Olaplex curl treatment next week. I'm super, super excited for that. Let me see. Thanks, Colleen. Thanks for showing me so much grace and saying we could never be upset with you. Just know, if I ever miss a Texture Thursday, if I miss a week, I am screaming inside and I am so upset that I couldn't post a new video. But what can you do? What can you do? I'd rather give you some fire content as opposed to really force ourselves to push out something that's just not going to hit, I don't want to waste your time. So yeah, let's see. So I'm seeing requests for reviews of product lines that aren't cruelty-free. I did make a vow a couple years ago saying that I really don't think that I need to, share any non-cruelty-free brands, because there's no reason for products these days to be tested on animals. And so I said that, and I let you guys know, like, this is a cruelty-free channel. All the products that I've used today are cruelty-free. But I do get requests daily for some product lines. And I don't know. What do you guys want me to do? What should I do? I don't want to go back on what I said, but I do always want to deliver the content that you want to see. So what do you think? Like, I'm seeing Kerastase, I'm seeing Redken. I'm seeing a lot of requests for brands that I wish they would do better. I wish that they would just go cruelty free, and then I could, give a review. Stick to your guns. That's what I think. There's lots of other people reviewing those products. I'm gonna stick to my guns. It hurts. It does hurt sometimes, but I know. Review Bounce Curl products. I've reviewed lots of Bounce Curl products, and I've also talked about them in my recent favorites videos. The Bounce Curl brush, I see your request for the review of the new Bounce Curl volume brush, which we will definitely try very soon. Yeah, I'm gonna stay cruelty free. I love you guys. You guys just you get it, you get me. I want to share whatever you want to see, but definitely I have lots of new reviews coming. Like, I think we're going to share lots of reviews. A lot of people have also been asking for some updated self-cutting videos. We're going to do some updated trends for the fall winter. So lots to get excited about. I got to stop yapping before I give too much away, but I just want you to know how much I do appreciate you, and I will be back probably next week with a live stream. If not, a video. If nothing, well, then just know that it's going to be worth the wait, whatever you see next. Okay, I'm going to go. I should go. I should go. It's been too long. It's been too long. Amanda's probably thinking, Mel, you should go away now. But I digress. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful Texture Thursday and an excellent weekend. Thank you for watching.